Hello everyone. Today my informative speech is on understanding Child Protective Services in Riverside County. A single phone call can change a family's life, but not always in the ways that you would imagine. So what really happens when a report is made to Child Protective Services? Child safety is an issue that affects every community, including ours here in Riverside County. To better understand how the system works, I explore child welfare resources and official records. This topic is especially important to me because my long-term goal is to work for Child Protective Services and directly help protect children and support families. Today I will explain what CPS is, how the system works in Riverside County, and what happens after a report is made. First, we will discuss the role of CPS. Next, the investigation process, and last, the services and outcomes for the families. CPS in Riverside County is responsible for protecting children from abuse and neglect while working to keep families together when safe and possible. CPS operates under the Riverside County Department of Public Social Services. According to them, CPS is required to investigate reports of abuse and neglect to determine whether children are safe in their homes. Their goal is not only to investigate, but also to support families and prevent future harm when possible. Reports can come from multiple sources. There is a 24-hour hotline available to report concerns of child safety. Anyone whose job requires direct contact with children is a mandated reporter. Examples of that would be doctors, teachers, law enforcement officials, or daycare workers. The California Department of Education states that they must provide their personal information, but it is kept confidential, and they are also granted immunity against any civil or criminal liability for reporting as required. Now that we've discussed what CPS is and who reports the concerns, we can examine what happens after the report is made. CPS has structured steps to ensure safety and determine actions. Reports must first be screened by CPS, and if they meet the legal criteria, then they will pass on to an investigation. According to the Riverside County DPSS, only reports that meet the criteria can be accepted. Once they are accepted, then a social worker will be assigned to their case. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services states that their goal is to ensure child safety so they can determine also what services may be needed. This can include home visits to review the children's living condition, assess, identify problems, set goals, and also a time frame for resolving the issues that may be present. Now that we understand how CPS investigates their cases, we can look at the challenges of the system and the impact it has on families. CPS faces many challenges, but their role is crucial to support families and protect children. One of their major challenges is the high caseload that they experience. According to a report by the County of Riverside Civil Grand Jury, the recommended caseload per worker is 25. They're currently averaging 29. This can make it really hard to devote adequate time and attention to each case. CPS impacts families in a proactive and emotional way. Sometimes children can be removed from unsafe homes. CPS also offers counseling, parent education, support programs, and their goal is to reunify families safely when possible. Understanding CPS reduces misconceptions and improves how our community responds to child welfare concerns. As we wrap up the discussion, it is important to recognize the significance of CPS in our community. Today, we explored what CPS is, how investigations unfold, challenges within the system, and the impact it has on families. At the end of the day, Child Protective Services is not just about investigations. It's about protecting children and giving them a chance at a safer and better future.